Hey YouTube family, I have an incredibly serious question to ask you all, and that is if, number one, do you know the power behind a credit card? And number two, if you are actually yielding the power behind a credit card. I'm going to give you my top 3 reasons why you should strongly reconsider using this piece of plastic. Alright, let's actually get out of my microwave, and I'll see you all in the clouds. So full disclosure, I am not a CPA, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a pundit, I'm not an expert. I'm just someone that absolutely enjoys and is fascinated by personal finance, and anything that I learn, I want to pass it on and share it with you. So now that covered my legality portion of this video, let's get into reason number 1 why I highly suggest and love using credit cards. And that is for security reasons. And no, I'm not talking about that type of security. I'm talking about security, meaning if I go and use my credit card somewhere, let's say at a gas station, any of my Miami people, we've all been to Hialeah. If you go to the gas station, expect fraud to be happening on your card. So if I swipe my card at the gas station and fraud occurs, they're not taking my money. My hard-earned money, your hard-earned money, they're not gonna be taking that money. They're taking the bank's money. So being that they're taking the bank's money, that actually helps us avoid losses from fraud. Because if we actually use our debit card, they're taking literally money from our actual account. And we all know that can take a long time for that money that was taken from our actual checking account to be put and replaced back in our account. But if you use your credit card, you can go out there and spend money on the things you need to spend money on with more peace in your mind, knowing that, hey, if anything happens, they're taking the bank's money, not my hard-earned money that I go out there every single day and replace my time for in order to earn this dollar amount. Follow me on that? Also, another reason that ties in and correlates to security is, what if you have legitimate expenses that you have scheduled online payments for, or that you have mailed in a check, but now there's insufficient funds in your account due to the fact that fraud has occurred because of using your debit card? Now those checks are gonna bounce, or those online payments won't be able to go through because of the fact, or maybe they will go through and you'll get an overdraft fee, or they won't be able to go through because you don't have sufficient funds, which is going to make the creditors mad and actually hurt your credit, which literally ties into my second point, which is the fact that if you use your credit card, it actually builds your credit. But before I even delve into that, I'm honestly tired of standing. I'll meet you at my desk. Let's go there. Okay, so my second point is that it actually helps build your credit. Remember how we were just speaking about fraud? If fraud occurs, even if it's not your fault, those later missed payments can actually hinder your credit and actually lower your score. And that's a no bueno. That's not what we want. Now, let's just say you don't have any credit, right? You're young, you're in high school, and you want to start building your credit. This is a perfect way to do it, by getting a credit card and making sure that you utilize it responsibly. That's what the key is. You want to make sure you use your credit card responsibly. What does that mean? Don't use your credit card and buy things that you don't actually have the money for to pay it off by the end of the month or immediately. Whenever I use my credit card, let's say I go to the gas station or I go get groceries, I literally treat my credit card as if it's a debit card. Why? Whenever I swipe it, I immediately go into my bank account and immediately transfer money to pay that off immediately. But without even thinking, I just go in, and make sure that's paid off, because it's all about using it responsibly. This is how we win. We don't want to pay any interest. That's not the key. That's not the point of this video, is to pay it off in full before the end of the month, or by the end of the month, preferably before. And this is going to help you build your credit, because the credit card companies are going to send your activity to the credit bureaus, and it's going to show that you're using it responsibly. And little do you know, little by little, it's going to start going up and increasing. And this brings me to my third and final point, which is the fact that you get an instant ROI when you use your credit card. What does that mean? An instant return on investment, ROI. A lot of cards these days, they have a 1%, 1.5%, 2%, some even 3%. I just mixed my fingers up with the numbers. But they have a 1 to 2 to 3% cash back or on your purchases. There's some that give travel reward points, just reward points in general, cash back. Like, these are wonderful perks that we need to take advantage of, because literally you get an instant return on your money. When you use a debit card, you don't get any type of instant reward, nothing. You just spend your money and that's it. Anytime we spend money, we want to get something back on it, right? Like if we have bills that we have to pay, why not get an instant return on it? Why not go ahead and say, okay, even though I have to spend this, that's fine. I'm gonna make sure I get something back from it, from the credit card companies. That's literally why I love using cards. Also, one of the beautiful perks of using a credit card is a lot of them come with sign-up bonuses, where if you spend a certain amount within a certain month, you get like $200 cash back, $300, $400, $500 cash back. And this is the thing. This is the trick though. This is the trick right here. You don't want to get that credit card. Let's say, for example, I saw one recently where it's like, if you spend $500 within 3 months, you get $200 cash back. You don't want to take that credit card and go, okay, cool, I'm gonna go buy a ton of nonsense that I do not need just to make sure I can get that $200 extra, because at the end of the day, that is spending money on dumbness that we don't need to spend money on. That's not how we win. But if you have bills that are like, okay, every month I spend $500, why not use that credit card, spend the $500 that you're gonna spend already, and get $200 back? That way you have $200 that you can put toward traveling, you can put toward investing in maybe your own business, or paying for something that you need to pay for. Like, it's just, the credit cards bring you these amazing perks that if you use responsibly, there are no limits for you. There are none. Okay, so to wrap up my points of why I believe and suggest that everyone should use a credit card is for number one, security reasons. Fraud may occur, and you don't ever want someone out there that's trying to steal, to take your money out of your checking account. So make sure you use your credit card to make all your purchases, pay it back immediately. We don't have time for none of that fraud activity. We won't have time for that. Number two is that it helps build your credit. Anytime you swipe your credit card, and obviously I keep saying this because I want to reiterate, pay it off, use it responsibly, your activity that you're using on that credit card gets sent to the credit bureaus, and in turn, it helps build your credit going up and up and up. And my third and final point is the instant ROI that you get when you use your credit card. There's a lot of sign-up bonuses, cash back, traveling points, the list goes on and on and on. And it's a beautiful thing to get an instant return on investment when you have to spend money that you're gonna spend either way. All right, YouTube fam, so those are my 3 points on why I believe that everyone should be using a credit card. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with that, if you've maybe had some bad experience with credit cards. I would love to know your thoughts on it. And of course, if you could just like the video, subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. I love you all, and continue to have an amazing day wherever you are. All right, peace, love.